Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about rate limiting. So this is something where you keep track of how many requests your users are making and you limit them. And the reason why you want to do this is because no one is going to be requesting your server, 1,000 times in 10 minutes or whatever. There's some amount where at that point no regular user is, and basically a bot or somebody is just spamming your website, and you don't want it to ruin the experience for everyone else. So basically you want to stop taking requests from that user. So what this does is it keeps track of the IP address and it stores it in Redis, and it's going to keep track of how many requests a IP address is making. So in this usage example right here, they're keeping track of if this user makes, or if this IP address makes more than 100 requests in 15 minutes, then they block them and basically say, we will not take any more requests from you at all. And so we're going to be adding this to our site and just going to help it secure it a little bit from people trying to over request it. Now there's a lot of different libraries for this. I just picked this one because it had some TypeScript types and it looked pretty good. But let me know if you guys recommend any other libraries for doing this. So we're just going to install this and add this, and we'll add it like that. And we're also, I should have added this while I was at it. We're going to be using the Redis store for this. So this guy right here, and that's another separate package that we have to install. So yarn add its rate limit Redis. And we also want to install the types for this, and then we're going to just keep the default. I don't know if there's anything that particularly per site that I want to overarching. I think it really depends on the site how many requests you're going to allow. The other thing you could do this by is the user ID or something like that, but the reason why you use the IP address to track who's making the requests is someone could make multiple accounts and the bot could request from all of those, so you don't want that. So rate limit express, I believe the name, express rate limit. So we want to install the types for that as well. So at types, and then in our start server we're just going to say server.express.use, and then we're going to plop in this middleware. And we want to import it. Import rate limit. And then we also want to import the store. Now this does not have any types for it, so this is actually going to be kind of interesting. So it's going to be like, hey, there's no types, and it's going to tell you, hey, go ahead and install the types for this. But sometimes a package, and you can see this only has 32 stars, so it's not a very popular package. Not too many people are using this with Redis, so no one has created the TypeScript types for it. So what are you going to do? You have the red lines here. So what you can do is you have to actually create the types yourself. So we have this little folder called types. I sometimes call it @types, and you can create one. I call it rate limit.redis.d.ts. So what I do is I copy the name of the package. So this is the name of the package, and I do .d.ts. And then I'm just going to say declare module, and then you put the name of the package, so rate limit Redis. And then in here you could actually specify the types. So for example, maybe export defaults a boolean. Of course that's not what it actually does. It has, maybe it's a function, or whatnot, but we're not going to worry about this. I usually just do this where I say declare module like that, and basically it can take on any type that it wants, and I guess I just have to import it like that. Conflicts with local declaration of Redis store. Oh, okay, because we're using Redis store here. I'll say rate limit Redis store. and then we'll pass that in, and let's see how we do that. We just pass it as a store. So store is equal to new rate limit Redis store, and then again we're going to pass in our client, similar how we did over here, and we're going to pass in Redis to that. And I'm just going to keep the defaults for this. I can go ahead and run yarn tests in the background, make sure all the tests pass and we didn't break any with this. But now we should be a little bit more protected against someone who's trying to spam our website. We should be storing this in Redis and keeping track of all the requests people are using and then blocking them. And I'm going to put a link in the description below for this README. Check out, there's some other cool options to play around with. I'm going to keep the default ones for now, but you could say, for example, slow down. So as they're making requests, each request is getting slower and slower for them to make, and when they go over a certain limit or whatnot. And then this TypeScript library, when they don't have types, you can just go ahead and do like I did there for pretty much any site, or you could actually specify the exact types, but I usually just allow it like this. And if you hover over it, or I guess it doesn't tell you there, if I look here, it's going to be of like type anything. You can just pass anything into this guy. It doesn't matter. And cool, all the tests pass. Another thing I was considering doing, but I'm not going to implement right now, I think maybe I'll try it later, is in the login, is keep track of the email that people are trying to log in as. So maybe someone's trying to log in as bob@bob.com. Maybe like 1,000 requests have come from the same IP address for bob@bob.com. Well, it's unlikely that a single user has typed in his password wrong 1,000 times, or you could even say this 50 times. You know, what is the likelihood that someone's going to type in their password wrong 50 times? So that's like someone, you know, it's a kind of a hint someone's trying to hack that person's account. So maybe in that case we lock their account, and then I would lock this in a similar way. Maybe I would put something in the entity here. I'm more likely to put it in Redis because maybe I want to lock it for like 20 minutes or so, and just send the user an email, be like, hey, we locked your account because someone tried to log in 50 times and got it all wrong, just to let you know. That's another thing I would consider to help protect against basically malicious use on your website. But that's it for now. I might spend more time with this in the future, adding some other stuff, but if I'd make just a quick one about rate limiting. And yep, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.